He's not fought since January. Garcia looks in terrific shape, and if we continue and look at the two lads, you see Garcia has the reach advantage. He's slightly the taller man, and he looked in great shape at the weigh-in. Frampton, 3 years the older, and he's got to find a way to get past that lead advantage maybe that Garcia will try to employ.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it is an international featherweight contest. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red, Foot Asylum, and Raynham Steel. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is John Williamson, MBE. Our 3 judges assigned, all from England: Steve Gray, Dave Paris, and Phil Edwards. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Victor Laughlin of Scotland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. Live on BT Sports from the SSE Arena here in Belfast, Northern Ireland, this is our main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he's wearing white with the Mexico colors of red, white, and green, and weighed in at 9 stone, 1 pound. His professional record consists of 33 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw, with 24 of his 33 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, presentando Horacio el Violento Garcia. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he's fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing white, blue, and gold, and weighed in the same as his opponent, 9 stone, 1 pound. Hailing from right here, Belfast, Northern Ireland. His professional record consists of 23 wins, just 1 defeat, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former Unified World Super Bantamweight Champion and former WBA Super World Featherweight Champion, Carl the Jackal Frampton.
Okay, Carl, you had your instructions. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Señor, obedecer mis órdenes, defenderte siempre. Okay, boys, let's do it. Buena suerte, caballeros.
He's not fought since January, since his loss to Leo Santa Cruz. Now Frampton is back.
Massive night for him, John. It's important he starts well, gets the crowd behind him. Got to get over that reach and high disadvantage, though.
Maybe a little bit of ring rust. We will see. The crowd treating him as though he's never been away. They still believe that he can regain the heights. Garcia never stopped in his 37 fights. Frampton against Santa Cruz second time around said the tactics were wrong. The brawler, Santa Cruz, outboxed me, the boxer.
Yeah, it was a tactic that surprised everyone, wasn't it, from Leo Santa Cruz. No one expected him to box on the outside the way he did. And Frampton just couldn't adapt on that night. He wasn't expecting it. And just lost his way in that contest. But not many people predicted the way that Santa Cruz was going to box.
Jamie Moore says he's got his sparkle back. He said that he's been a joy to coach. So receptive and so easy to new ideas and so much talent. Oh, great shot. How about that?
It was a super punch, wasn't it, from the crouch position. Nice left hook. He started quite positively as Frampton with his shots that he's landed.
Garcia chasing shadows at the moment.
And really he's opted to sit on the back foot, although he's starting to come forward now, Frampton. Well, he's just taken a look at Garcia, but he's been accurate with his shots up to now as Frampton.
Garcia been a pro since 2008, bags of experience. But when he's gone up to this sort of level, he's generally been found wanting. And Frampton, of course, belongs to the very, very elite class. Ring magazine rank him #3 in their rankings at this level, and he started with quality shots.
Yeah, I think he started the contest well here, Frampton, and he's probably surprised Garcia. Garcia's probably expecting him to come forward and to try and get past that long reach that he's got, Garcia, but Frampton's opted to stay on the outside, pick his shots from distance, and I think that's actually surprised Garcia. So a good start from Frampton, and again, his timing is good tonight so far.
Garcia does tend to come forward in straight lines, and he's already copped for a few headshots from Frampton.
We've just seen there an instance what we don't need from Frampton to hold the feet. That's a lovely straight left. What a shot that was. Doesn't need to be holding his feet against this guy. That's what he's expecting. He's expecting Frampton to hold his feet, trade. And Frampton's gone on his back foot. Clever display in this opening round.
Great stuff from Frampton, good round. Chants reverberating around the SSE arena. He started fast, Richie.
Yeah, that was a tremendous left up there from Frampton. Threw it from range as well, didn't he? Cracking shot, the speed and accuracy was there, but there, I mean, you don't call that a jab, that's more like a straight left, because it was coming from the right hand first, like it's a reverse 1-2 if anything, and there's another example of it. Right hand goes out first, and then the straight left hand, and that's a belting combination.
Don't change much, stab him downstairs and set that trap. There's one, look down, front, give it him, make him know you're going to hold it, then fucking sneak that right hand over the top of him, yeah? Keep moving out, stab him right, keep sinking it, keep sinking that jab.
Well, they can be pleased with the first 3 minutes, and no doubting who's taken the 10-9 advantage there.
Yeah, good round for Frampton. Definitely very positive indeed with the shots that he's landed from distance. He's opted to box at range. Yeah, clever display in the opening round. You heard Jamie Moore there saying about just work to the body with that jab. That's just to take the attention away. See, there's the jab to the body, and the right hand is going to follow fairly shortly afterwards. Keeps working to the body to the jab, and then he'll whip that right hand over the top. That's what Jamie was talking about.
Atmosphere is unbelievable.
Tremendous.
If you've never been to Belfast to watch this man in action, it is an experience.
He looks in great condition, Garcia.
Well, he looked better on the scales than Frampton yesterday. He's clearly got himself absolutely into peak fitness.
Yeah, he's prepared well.
But whether he's technically adept enough to put Frampton under any real pressure, we will see.
Well, I think Garcia's got to keep the punches straight.
That's better.
And that is, yeah, and that's mainly because Frampton's holding his feet, you see, and Garcia will prefer that. But making Garcia fall short with those straight shots and then coming back with the counters, I think has worked up to now anyway for Frampton.
So much beckons in 2018, where he hopes to regain a world title. The fight he craves, I suspect. We've heard from others, but the one he really wants is Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that's the one that's niggling him, isn't it? There's some good bouts out there, isn't there? There's Josh Warrington here, there's Lee Selby, remember, who's a world champion. So there's some great fights to be made, but he's got to get through this first.
He's managing to find the target with 1 or 2 body shots in this round, Garcia.
Garcia there, making the most basic of areas, going back in a straight line onto the ropes. That just invites pressure. And yeah, good work from Frampton.
The Irish favourite is going well.
Pone la cara, Vico. Te pone la cara. Métele el upper. Tiene la cara ahí. Sal más rápido, hijo. Lo que estaba haciendo, si va a salir, sal rápido. No salgas lento porque
Well, here's Garcia. Be careful on his left side, they say. Experienced trainer in Eddie Reynoso.
I'll tell you what, John, I'm impressed there. Speaks Spanish as well.
I have my prompters. Struggle with English.
I think the pace is actually suiting Frampton up to now. He's just he's boxing in the comfort zone at distance there, just watching Garcia come forward. He can read the attacks, he's picking his shots well. Garcia, I think, he needs a tempo change here. He's got to up the gears a little bit and probably put Frampton under a little bit more pressure. But at this pace, this is Frampton, no problem at all for him.
First time Frampton's been here since February 2015, Chris Avalos. On that occasion, that was a defence of his IBF Super Bantamweight title. Oh, good punch. Great right hand from Frampton.
Super shot that was. Well picked, wasn't it? Well, in true Mexican style, Garcia took it well. Tough kid.
Came back with a little right hand of his own in that exchange, Garcia. He is very tough, Garcia.
Yeah.
Would be an achievement if Frampton could stop him. Nobody else has managed it.
And again, we may see Frampton just switch downstairs to the body and try and target the body, because Garcia does look tough. He's taken a couple of good right hands, so maybe a couple of good body shots. That left up to the body, especially from Frampton, could do the trick.
No more than really blink, Garcia, has he? He's not been affected seemingly at all by those 2 pretty sharp right hands from Frampton. Garcia looks physically bigger, doesn't he? He has actually been fighting at Super Bantam this year.
Yeah, seems a bit big fella.
Won 3 of his last 4. The one defeat was avenged.
Pretty basic style, though, John. Very flat-footed. Looks strong coming forward. He's not very mobile.
He's not really got Frampton in any sort of real problem as yet.
And like I say, a little bit one pace for me, Garcia, so he's got to change it a little bit. Again, Frampton working at his own pace.
Letting the punches go again, Frampton. Most of those taken on the gloves by Garcia. Well, the Irishman, Carl Frampton, going well so far. Richie's got it 3 rounds out of 3.
Yeah, some good stuff again from Frampton there. That was the best right hand that he's thrown in the contest so far. Bang on the button, good shots. Got caught with a little left hook there, though, so it was a closer round, but I still think that Frampton got it.
10-rounder this one. As we move into the 4th. Saul Alvarez, you see at ringside, alongside Frank Warren, hoping that his Mexican countrymen can produce something spectacular here. I wonder if the little whisper of one Billy Joe Saunders might come his way. That's a good body shot from Garcia.
Well, that was better from Garcia.
Stepped inside and landed a clubbing left hook.
Just when I thought he should be kicking his feet up, he lands a good left hook to the body, but there, Frampton then has come back there with a nice left hook to the head. Garcia himself is having some success in this round, Garcia.
Frampton choosing to plant his feet and trade.
And that brings Garcia back in, doesn't it? See the movement now from Frampton on the outside, just having a look. That poses more problems.
This is the best spell that Garcia's had.
As soon as he holds his feet, look, I'm on them ropes, that's where he shouldn't be. Garcia will prefer that type of contest.
Good right hand from Garcia. And that tested Frampton. Physically very strong, doesn't he, Richie?
Yeah, he's a strong kid, isn't he? He's more basic and straightforward, Garcia. Straight shots, flat feet, keeps coming forward. There's no tempo change from him. It's all one paced, but nevertheless strong on that front foot. But the quality and the eye-catching work comes from Carl Frampton.
Frampton's been on the receiving end for much of this 4th round.
Yeah, this is a good round for Garcia now. But again, Frampton's got to get off the ropes, John.
That's more like it. Flurry of eye-catching punches as he worked away off the ropes. But is it an eye-catching spurt a little bit too late after some early dominance in this round from Garcia?
La cintura para que no te agarre con los rectos. ¿Cómo te sientes, hijo? Bien.
Garcia being told in this corner here in Belfast that he's got to be quick, he's got to be quicker. They know that Frampton's ahead, but he had a good round that last round. Did he win it?
Yeah, I thought he did enough to win the round here, Garcia. Keeps Frampton on the rope. Sometimes you make the wrong choices in a round, and I thought this was a wrong choice for Frampton just to stand there, and Garcia definitely had some success.
So into the 5th round. Garcia maybe getting a foothold in this battle at last. 3 English judges watching over this one. Steve Gray, Dave Paris and Phil Edwards. Scottish referee Victor Loughran.
Oh, there's that shot again. You see, there's the jab to the body, keeps going in, and then he switches that right hand over the top. Well worked, well planned. He's done that in the gym with Jamie Moore, no question. Good stuff from Frampton.
Good start to the round from Frampton, who's now up on his toes. Caught by left hand though, but what a very good solid straight left riposte.
When Frampton keeps his distance against Garcia, I think he has more success. You can see the attacks coming. Garcia is very slow on his feet, easily to predict.
Frampton was a massive favourite to win this fight, of course. But the manner of victory, the popular prediction was that he'd win it on points. Still Garcia tries to follow him, tries to put him under pressure, but just not landing enough at this stage.
A couple of good body shots have gone in from Garcia in this round. Frampton's responded well.
How fresh and sharp do you think Carl's looked? Bearing in mind that he had the problems during the summer, making the weight and coming back after the time away.
I think he's looked okay. I think he's boxed very, intelligently those first couple of rounds, and his tactics on the outside. Just occasionally when he holds his feet, he really brings Garcia into it. So for me, he's got to keep that gap, that distance, and just pick his shots. He's in against a dangerous man, who's easily to predict, though, the way he's coming forward. Garcia.
That's a solid right hand from Garcia and an uppercut. Frampton felt the weight of them and wants to just tie his man up for a little while. Well, you can have all your rounds in the gym, all the sparring, all the practice, all the work, but competitive action here. And these are valuable rounds.
And there's a little cut on Frampton's right eye, side of the eye. There was just a little bit of blood. You can just see it now, just trickling down.
Garcia will be heartened by that. Whether it's been done by a punch or heads, not sure. Suspect it might have been a punch. And there goes the end of the 5th round. Kerry Case, long time associated with Ricky Hassan. He's the man doing the cuts.
The only thing you're doing wrong, Patches, playing to his tune. Don't play to his tune. Yeah. You have to sit there because it's easy from the outside. Yeah? Yeah. He has no option.
Small necks and clash of heads, okay?
Okay, thank you. There's no option but to keep walking down and walking into the shots to push the fight. Once you hold your feet...
A little bit more success here for Garcia. Just Frampton then just held his feet again. It's a close round. Let's have a look.
I think this might be where he gets cut. There.
Yeah, a little trickle of blood, look. Yep.
Not a major problem. That's how Richie's got it at the moment. Halfway stages of the fight. But it's a test for Frampton, and Garcia will still believe. What did you make of Jamie Moore's advice between rounds there?
I think I heard Jamie say about keeping boxing at distance, and I think that's the way he started off, wasn't it? So that's obviously the tactics, and I think it's been working well. It's just occasionally, you know, it's difficult to keep Garcia at bay all the time. It's just that you've got, when he gets you on the ropes, that's when you've got to move again, John, and it is difficult now because Garcia is just hunting him down. What he's got to do now, Frampton, is occasionally counter-attacks or beat him to the punch and just keep him off balance, just occasionally, as well as countering on that back foot. Counter-attacking is different. It's stepping inside, beating him to the shot and keeping him off balance. That was just an occasion there.
In and out there. And of course he's got that time away from the ring, Frampton, hasn't he? He's been out for, well, since January. Here we are in November, and this is good work for Garcia here, and Frampton's under pressure, taking some heavy shots there.
Yeah, comes out of it with a good left hook, but again, chose the wrong tactics there to stand and trade. He doesn't want to be doing that. But he might be getting tired, Carl Frampton.
and he's had that time out of the ring. How much of a factor is that?
I said that right at the very start. That was one of the problems I had tonight. He's been out for a long time. He's in against a kid who's never been stopped, who's fairly strong. I knew he was going to test. I spoke to Bunty about it earlier. We knew this was going to be a test for Frampton tonight.
Well, he's finding it pretty hard going here in the 6th round, and doesn't look like the 100-to-1 on favourite that was being quoted somewhere. He's unbackable, Frampton.
He's got the quality and the eye-catching work, and technically he's better. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. But you've got to have the engine with it, John. It's crucial. You've got to have that engine.
Garcia, workmanlike, strong, keeps on coming.
Bit of a lump as well.
Looking for power shots, isn't he, Frampton? And is he coming out second best in this round?
That's a good better shot there from Garcia.
Good shot, Frampton. Just bounces off Garcia, though. No discernible effect. Hard round. Hard round indeed. This is where Garcia was having real success.
Yeah, some good work here from Garcia. Frampton just choosing to stay on them ropes. Wrong choice. Gets caught. Good right hand over the top, then switches these left hooks going in as well. Basic punches from Garcia. And Frampton came out with the nice left hook. But when he's moving, much better. Brings him onto that right hand. That was a good shot from Carl Frampton.
When you hold your feet, try and trade with him. That's when he has his success.
Yeah. Won that round. You had a wee success, but I won that round, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the round. You just won it, but you're letting him edge.
Victor Lundgren saying that the right eye was caused by a clash of heads, the injury there. The left eye by a punch. That's what he told the corner. And mercifully told us as well. As we move now into round 7. Had you backed Garcia, it would have been a 16-to-1 shot. This is made at 10 rounds. It's a non-championship fight. 12 rounds, the normal championship distance. Same reason that they made it at 9 stone 1 rather than 9 stones, which will be the featherweight championship stipulation. Frampton, this an exercise in sharpening and getting rid of ring rust, but he's finding it pretty tough encounter out there at the moment, and you've got it 4-2 in his favour at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's ahead, Carl Frampton. But Garcia, he's coming back into it all the time, isn't he? He's very strong. Carl just showing the signs of that ring rust.
And if he's being tight at the weights, Carl Frampton, we're getting into the stage of the fight where that could be a factor.
That's what he needs to get back to doing, staying at distance and just controlling the tempo and the pace of the contest, Carl Frampton. See, that's better because he's giving himself a little bit of room and time. Then he's got to move again.
Crowd trying to rouse the Belfast hero to greater endeavours. It's a slip. Oh, he's given it. He's given it as a knockdown. Well, I'm surprised by that. I thought that was a slip. He was clean by left hand, but he's given it as a knockdown. Now we've got a fight on.
Yeah, very surprised there, off balance. But that's going to spur Garcia on now.
How does Frampton respond to that?
Looking for this big right hand, Carl Frampton, is he? You can just see him just trying to bring him onto that shot. He's waiting there, it was there. But Garcia on that front foot now. Very confident indeed, Garcia.
Frampton has got up off the canvas before, got dropped a couple of times a couple of years ago when he was defending his title over in Texas. But he has got a big task now. He's coming back hard, and the crowd trying to roar him on. Well, that is a moment of discussion, maybe of controversy. Frampton didn't think it was a knockdown, but the referee, the man in the ring, Victor Loughran, said knockdown. It most certainly was.
Let's have a look at the knockdown here then, John. Oh, so I'll tell you what, I'm really surprised he's given
his left leg's gone here. Watch his left leg there.
I mean, it wasn't a punch that connected. If you look at the left hook, let's have a look at the left hook again.
His left leg clearly went. Maybe on moisture in the ring. That's a 10-8 round. We're level.
Si vas a tirar los volados, tíralos de arriba hacia abajo, güey. Salen, trae más aire. Trae más aire, mijo. Y ya le pintas cuando se van siguiendo.
Shot you're getting with every time. Straight, listen. Straight right, straight left.
Second fight, behind you.
Well, that last round could be a real game changer. The knockdown puts Frampton under pressure.
He puts him under pressure now, because if that's a 10-8 round to Garcia, then that does make it really, really close.
He needs the rest of it now, Frampton. Otherwise, it could all be going wrong. And again, Frampton slipping on the ring surface. That was almost exactly the spot where he went down. Frampton again choosing to stand and trade. Garcia showing his physical strength, only too happy to engage in that sort of conflict, but that's a good right hand from Frampton.
Yeah, it was a cracking right uppercut as well, went in from Frampton. So a change in tack there from Frampton, just deciding to stand and trade. Oh, belting shot.
But Garcia won't be moved, will he? He's got such a good chin.
Yeah, tremendous chin. You don't meet many Mexicans that haven't, though, John.
I asked him who his boxing hero was during the week, and he said Marco Antonio Barrera.
Absolutely.
Not a bad choice. Well, physically, he looks more like Eric Morales. The chance again go up for Carl Frampton. He's flat-footed. There's not a lot of movement from Frampton now. That's better.
Better boxing.
Sweeter defensive work.
Yeah, again, from distance, picking his shots. It's just that Garcia's not giving him any time at all to recover, is he?
Well, turns his back on Garcia momentarily there. Something you're not supposed to do. And he's looking as though he's gassing a little bit as well, Carl Frampton. Is he struggling with the pace here?
Hasn't fought since January, remember. And that for me was always going to be a problem tonight.
Well, he's had to dig in there, Carl Frampton. Has he done enough to win the round? Maybe.
Good right uppercut there, John, and then he whips that right hand over, doesn't he? Just stands and trades. This was at the start of the round. He had some success here with Frampton. There's that right hand. That was the best shot of the round from Frampton. Belting shot. Good 1-2. from distance, but Garcia also had some success in this round as well.
Saul Alvarez watching on. Shared that fight with Gennady Golovkin not so long back, and whispers that he might be taking a look at the WBO title being disputed by Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux. That coming up on the 16th of December. That's how Richie's got it, mighty close. 2 rounds remaining. Frampton might need them both. The knockdown given in the 7th round has such an important bearing on matters now.
Well, I think you've got to give it 10-8, haven't you? Well, to Garcia, that's what most people will do.
I would think so. It doesn't automatically have to be the case.
No.
But it normally is. Good start from Garcia. Setting the pace in the early stages of this 9th. And he slips again. Well, no knockdown this time. He's having real problems, whether it's with the canvas of the ring or with his footwear, I'm not too sure.
Garcia there, just trying to switch downstairs with the right hand, but gets caught with a lovely left hook there from Frampton. So now he's starting to box better on the outside, waiting, counter-punching.
Saul Alvarez roaring his fellow countrymen on, gesticulating and bellowing encouragements. Oh, good shots! Great right hand from Garcia, and the uppercut. Frampton momentarily in trouble.
Yeah, Frampton just gets caught on those ropes again, doesn't he? Holds the feet.
Now he has to battle back in the remaining seconds of this round. Would be a monumental upset if Garcia were to win this fight. And it would throw all the plans of the open-air fight at Windsor Park and world title unification shots, world title challenges in 2018 into disarray. He needs to finish this fight strongly, Carl Frampton. Started so brightly, Carl Frampton, the first 2 or 3 rounds, but it has started to go wrong. Good body shots again from Garcia, left hands, 2 thudding left hands, and the right uppercut. Well, a few people might have switched on tonight expecting a cakewalk for Carl Frampton. It has been anything but. What a round. Richie can't split him.
Tough round to score, John, that was.
Suck it up. All right. Last round. Last round. Okay.
Well, this is the slip.
Yeah, I mean, he's punching himself there, so it's just a slip, isn't it, that? But there, he just stays on the ropes for too long here, gets caught with a lovely right uppercut. Then he starts to box his way out of that position. There, just stays on the ropes, doesn't he? A little bit too long, and here's the uppercut there, it is there through the middle.
He was 100 to 1 on when the fight started, Carl Frampton. At this stage, I'm told in the running exchange, he's now 5 to 1 on. And there'll be a few people watching who might think that this 10th round is going to be a pretty severe examination for Carl Frampton. And Richie has it by just 1 point. The crowd trying to make their effect. A vital 3 minutes this for the career of Carl Frampton.
Just heard his corner shouting out, box, box. They want to box at range.
And they're telling him as well to suck it up, weren't they? They know that he's struggling with the pace of this. How weight drained is he feeling? How much is the stamina still there for him?
I think it's the main fact, John. He's been out since January. It's a long, long time not to be boxing. You're coming up against a real strong kid in Garcia.
Well, Garcia said he was not coming here as a bit part actor in the great Carl Frampton's show, and he has proved that is very much the case. Oh, good shot, Frampton. Good right hand. But Garcia, what a chin, and he comes back, throwing punches with interest.
I think Garcia, he smells victory, doesn't he? But Frampton, give it credit. This is better from Frampton now.
All around, people are standing up, cheering on both fighters. Garcia senses the upset. Frampton producing a grandstand finish. Frampton, the man who has been down, remember, in the 7th round. He says it wasn't a fair knockdown. He needs this last round. Garcia still looking to throw huge punches, but they're swinging hooks, and the straighter punches of Frampton are landing more.
He just landed the better shots here, this Carl Frampton. Garcia just keeps coming forward. But the quality shots are from Frampton, John.
He may be winning this last round, and it might be absolutely key.
It could all be on the last round, the way this has gone.
He's had to really dig in, Carl Frampton.
Yeah, he has.
And he's done well in this last round. Hard fight it turned out to be. As exercises to get rid of a bit of ring rust go, that was a tough one.
They don't come much easier than that, do they, in terms of the intensity of that contest, of coming back from all those months out you've been out of the ring. That is so difficult.
He won that last round, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he won the last round. I thought he landed the better shots.
Which on your card has got him home by a couple of points or so.
Couple of points. Could be 1 in it, could be 2 in it.
But he found it a hard night, didn't he? He knows he's been in a fight. This is what it all comes down to. Tallying up the scores of the 3 judges. And the longer it waits, the more you think it's going to be close. But we've got it the way of Frampton. You'll have your own ideas watching at home, no doubt. Canelo in the ring, congratulating Frampton, which might suggest that he thinks that he's done enough. He wants a photo with him. That's one for the scrapbook, Sal.
Tremendous contest.
What an effort from Garcia.
Oh, yeah, you know, you've got to give him great credit. Kept coming every round. Took some big shots. I thought the tactics from Frampton early on was very good, but he tired. And for me, he just chose the wrong tactics when he was standing on the ropes occasionally.
From the 6th round onwards, he was struggling with the pace.
With the pace, yeah. He had the quality, but you've got to have the engine. And like I say, I think it's because he's been out since January. That's been the main problem here.
Well, he finished strongly, didn't he? And he thinks that he's done enough, thanking the crowd for their partisan, vociferous support. I think that very shortly we can get the result. The referee will draw the 2 fighters together in the middle of the ring. And applause for both men, well justified. Garcia touring the ring and waving to the fans, as much as to say, I might not be about to get the verdict, but I have made it a fight, and I want that to be recognised. Well, we can now go into the ring and find out what the result is. Here's Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Steve Gray scores it 98-93. Judge Phil Edwards scores it 97-93. And Judge Dave Paris scores it 96-93. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Carl the Jackal Frampton.
Disappointment for Garcia. Frampton gets the verdict by margins of 3 points, 4 points,
ladies and gentlemen, here in
wide,
the
5
ring,
points.
former three-time two-division world champion,
but it was a tough
Saul
night.
Canelo Alvarez.
Alvarez introduced to the crowd, and Frampton celebrates with his young daughter. He is a winner once more, and in a moment or two we will hear from Carl in the ring. Big Ronald McIntosh has got up there with his microphone, and I think, are we going to be able to hear from him now? In a moment or two, we will get to Carl Frampton. Thought 5 points was a wee bit wide, Richie.
Yeah, I thought it was as well. 2 or 3 rounds maximum for me. It was a very hard fight indeed for Frampton, but it's one he needed, and it's got him back now. That's the most important thing. It was a big risk tonight in a way, because it was such a hard fight for him, but he's come through it, and that's the main thing.
Well, he's got through it, and we can now hear from the man of the moment, who's with Ronald.
Carl Frampton, congratulations. You've bounced back from your first professional loss with a unanimous point decision win here in front of your home fans. Your thoughts on the fight and your performance in what was a thrilling contest?
On the fight, I think it was a good fight for the fans. I think everyone will probably have enjoyed that more than me anyway. I got myself caught up in a fight. I was boxing lovely at the start. Middle rounds, I kind of started to try and fight him. I was doing good stuff in patches, and then I let him drag me into a fight. But a hard guy, you know, I wanted a hard fight. I didn't want nothing to be too easy coming back. But that's got the rust off, and the cobwebs are gone, and I want one of the big boys.
And what timeline do you put on that? When would you like to fight one of the major guys? Who would you like to fight next? You've got the rematch with Santa Cruz. You've got possible big fight with Josh Warrington, Lee Selby, so many options. What's the timeline you put in it? Where would you like to go next?
Look, I'll let my team decide. I'll obviously have a lot of input. I had pretty much all the input in that opponent, and maybe I'll let the team decide who I'm going to fight next from now on. But you know, I wanted a tough fight. But look, I'm ready for the boys. I think there's a few guys tied up at the minute. Santa Cruz and Mares are probably going to fight in the spring. Warrington and Lee Selby probably going to fight in the spring. So, you know, if I have to wait around for a fight and get one of them at Windsor Park in the summer, that's what I want.
Now, it was ruled as a knockdown. You clearly weren't hurt, but you said your ring rust, there was no sign of ring rust from your timing early on, but why did you get drawn into a fight against such a rugged opponent?
Look, I like to please the fans, don't I? And in fairness to Victor Loughlin, I slipped, but on the way down he landed a shot, so you know it was probably fair for him to call it a knockdown. But I don't know. Can I say a few things? I want to thank. I've had a terrible few months, and my wife Christine's been right beside me the whole time and helped me. I'd like to thank my new team, MTK, Frank, BT, this man beside me, Jimmy Moore, and all the boys in the VIP gym. Great lads. My little boy's birthday, Rossa. My little girl, Carla. And up the TJV.
Well, listen, congratulations. Let's have a word with some of the other members of your team. Jamie, the first contest in this new partnership of trainer and boxer. How do you rate the performance that Carl has produced tonight?
It was okay. I think he can do much, much better. As he mentioned, he got dragged into a fight, which obviously is great for the fans. It's not great for me, it's not great for everyone else. And as Carl said, he had nearly all the input in that guy. And for the first fight back, with a new team, a full new team around you, we'd have liked a little bit of an easier touch. But you know what? It was a great fight, and it'll do him no harm in the long run because he's got some good hard rounds in against a good opponent. And if he's going to go in with someone like your Santa Cruz or Mares, then that's great preparation for it.
And so, after he has the rest, when would you like him back in the gym? What will you be working on going forward for those big nights?
He deserves a rest over Christmas after that fight, but I think realistically, end of March, early April, we can get him out of there and hopefully in a big fight.
Okay, we'll look forward to it. Frank, what kind of timeline are we looking at? Are we back here in Belfast? Who's the next opponent likely to be?
Well, we're not going to hang around waiting for Santa Cruz, and as you said, Josh is fighting Lee Selby. That's going to probably take place in April, May. In the meantime, Carl needs to keep busy. He's just got the ring rust off 10 months out of the ring, so we don't want him being out now till summer. So he'll have another fight in March, early April, and then we're going to be in Windsor Park with a big one, because that's what we promised to do, and we're going to bring it here.
Who's likely to be coming out of the other corner if you're going to an outdoor stadium at Windsor Park, which is likely to be a fantastic atmosphere? Who's going to be the opponent coming out of the other corner, Frank?
A world champion.
Well, there are plenty of them. Carl, you've heard the timeline that's being proposed for you. How does that sound in your mind?
Perfect. Look, I'm ready to sit down. As I said, I had 100% input in that opponent, so I let my team decide who I'm going to fight. And but Frank has promised me Windsor Park. I believe with Frank and BT and MTK, we can bring the biggest names in boxing to Belfast.
Well, we look forward to it. Congratulations on a successful return to the boxing ring. Enjoy your rest, and we look forward to seeing you next time out. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think at this point we can all breathe again. Listen, Steve, I am his biggest fan, perhaps a little biased in his favour at times, but I want to ask you this. If that fight